Everyone come to your own conclusions about this, but Gog and Magog of the Bible, where is it? Revelation 28. And shall go out to deceive the nations which are in the four quarters of the earth, Gog and Magog, to gather them together to battle, the number of whom is as the sand of the sea. Where is it? After research, you'll come to the conclusion that it's in Russia. There's this place right here called the Khazars. This little hot zone right here, remember this? Tanais. Pause to read. You'll notice this quote right here. We have a glorious city beyond high mountains, murky forests, green plains, and it gives a description of Asgard. Now, why exactly would Asgard be involved in the Bible being Gog and Magog? A little bit more on that later. God informs Gog and Magog in Ezekiel 38:15, "You will come from your place in the far north." Revelation 19:17-18, "And I saw angels standing in the sun, who cried in a loud voice to all the birds flying in midair, 'Come, gather together for the great supper of gods, that you may eat the flesh of kings.'" And as you might know, ravens, crows, and scavengers is the symbol of Odin, Hugin and Munin, Loki, Idun, and Revelation. Revelation 12:14, "The woman was given the two wings of a great eagle, so that she might fly to the place prepared for her in the wilderness, where she would be taken care of for a time, times, and half a time, out of the serpent's reach." Reference to Norse myth, where Idun is taken by Loki and associated with serpents, as well as having a dragon as a child, Jormungandr. Okay, so the myth is Loki went to Idun and told her that he had found fruits even more marvelous than her own, growing in a forest beyond the walls of Asgard, and that she should follow him there and bring her own apples for comparison. Idun followed the trickster, and when she reached the wood, she was borne up by Thazi in his eagle form and taken away to the giant's abode. This place was called Thrymheim, Thunderhome, and was situated in the highest mountain peaks, whose icy towers growled down at the fertile fields below. In Idun's absence, the gods and goddesses felt old age creep up on them. Their skin became wrinkled, their hair grayed, and their vigor waned. When they assembled together and asked one another about the circumstances under which Idun was last seen, it was reported that the last sighting of her had been with Loki, as the two left Asgard together. Then they seized Loki and threatened him with all manner of pains if he didn't tell them what happened to the fair goddess. Loki spilled his story, and the gods informed him that he couldn't rescue Idun from Thazi out of the serpent's reach. He would be put to death. Freya lent him her hawk feathers, which one can shift his or her shape into that of a hawk, and he flew off to Jotunheim, the homeland of the giants, which Thrymheim was located. When he came to Thrymheim, he was found to his great delight that Thazi had gone out to the sea to fish, leaving him home alone. Without losing a minute, Loki turned the goddess into a nut and sped away with her in his talons. When Thazi returned and found his prize missing, he assumed his eagle form and filled the air with thunderous beats of his wings on his way toward Asgard in pursuit of Loki. By the time Loki was inside of his home, the giant was close behind him and furiously closing the gap. When Loki's companions caught sight of the chase, they built a pile of kindling around their fortress. Loki, still clutching Idun, made it across the barrier, and then God lit the fire, and it exploded so rapidly that Thazi didn't have time to turn around before entering the flames, and that was the end of his flight. It's almost relative comparisons right there. Okay, so Revelation 13:13. "He doeth great wonders, so that he maketh fire come down from heaven on the earth in the sight of men." Loki had many abilities. Loki with the people of Muspelheim, fire people, basically. Stanza 51 of the Voluspa. "Over the sea from the east there sails a ship with the people of Muspel. At the helm stands Loki. After the wolf do wild men follow, and with them the brother of Bylist goes. Revelation 7:2. Then I saw another angel coming up from the east, having the seal of the living God. Okay, so from the east, stanza 51, over the sea from the east, there sails a ship. Ecclesiasticus, chapter 50. By him was built the foundation of double height, the height of fortress wall about the temple. In his days cistern received water, being in the compass as the sea, covered with the plates of brass, took care of the temple that it should not fall, and fortified the city against besieging. Revelation 11. And there was given me a reed like unto a rod, and the angel stood, saying, Arise and measure the temple of God, and the altar, them that worship therein. But the court without the temple leave out, and measure it not, for it is given unto the Gentiles. The holy city shall tread under 42 months. Back to Ecclesiasticus. How he honored in the midst of the people in his coming out of the sanctuary. He was full of the morning star in the midst of a cloud, as the moon at the full. Revelation 1:7. Behold, he cometh with clouds, every eye shall see him, and they do which pierced him. All kindreds of the earth shall wail because of him, even so. Ecclesiasticus 57. As the sun shining upon the temple of the Most High, as the rainbow giving light in the bright of the cloud. Revelation 10:1. And I saw another mighty angel come down from heaven, clothed with a cloud, and a rainbow was upon his head, and his face was whereas the sun, and at his feet were the pillars of fire. Ecclesiasticus 59. As fire, incense, and the censer, and as a vessel of beaten gold, set with a manner of precious stones. Revelation 8:3. And another angel came and stood at, having a golden censer, and there was given him much incense, that he should offer it with the prayers of all saints upon the golden altar which was before the throne. Ecclesiasticus 50:11. When he put on the robe of honor and was clothed with the perfection of glory, when he went up to the holy altar, he made the garment of holiness honorable. Matthew 4:5. Then the devil taketh him up to the holy city, and setteth him on the pinnacle of the temple, the throne, the little wing. Ecclesiastes 50:13. So were all the sons of Aaron in their glory, and the oblations of the Lord in their hands before all the congregations of Israel. So it's offering oblations. Matthew 24:15. When therefore see the abomination of desolation spoken of by Daniel the prophet, stand in the holy place, who readeth, let him understand. Ecclesiasticus 50:16. There shouted the sons of Aaron, sounded the silver trumpets, and made a great noise to be heard, for remembrance for the Most High. Revelation 8:7. The first angel sounded. There followed hail and fire mingled with blood, and they were cast upon the earth, and the third part of the trees was burnt up, and all green grass was burnt up. Sounded the trumpet. 50:17. Then all the people together hasted and fell down to the earth upon their faces to worship their God Almighty, the Most High. The singers also sang praises with their voices, with great variety of sounds there made sweet melody. Revelation 21, it talks about the temple and all the gems from earlier. And as 17 said, they fell upon the earth and they sing. Revelation 19, after these things I heard a great voice of much people in heaven saying, Hallelujah, salvation, glory, and honor, and power to the Lord our God. 19 basically gives more voices and singing. Now in that Voluspa 51, it says, After the wolf do wild men follow. Isaiah 11:6-9, the wolf shall dwell with the lamb, and the leopard shall lie down with the kid, and call the young lion and the fatling together, and the little child shall lead them. So did Loki kidnapping Eden set off a chain of events? So what about the 1,000-year reign? Supposedly Jesus was crucified in 33 AD, and the Viking age was 793 through 1066. And you minus that, 1,000 years, just about. The world becomes Christianized, and Jesus reigns. And Vikings were almost forced to convert to their religion, with the blacksmith being an example, cross, and Thor's hammer. Did Loki want war with Asgard because they threatened him and he was pretending to be someone else? Or is Jesus a different person? There was also a time where Jesus went missing for a couple years. until he was an adult.